All right, let's do another session of reviewing those phonograms that are a little bit trickier and writing some more nonsense words with them. All right, the first phonogram I want you to write is E. What are you going to write? Good. E. Say it while you write it. All right, class, where is the starting spot for my E? All right, if you said halfway between the dotted line and the baseline, then great job, because that is exactly where we start our E. E. All right, so if you didn't have this, cross it out and write it, saying it while you write it. All right, the next phonogram is D. D. All right, I'm going to give you a clue on this one. Look at my mouth. D. What does it look like? All right, so what kind of letter is D? All right, and where's our starting spot? All right, write your D. All right, class, what kind of a clock or what kind of a stroke is, all right, D is what kind of a letter? It's a clock stroke letter, good. So where's my starting spot? Good, over a space just below the dotted line, touch 2 on the clock. D. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. All right, the next one is U, U. What are you going to write? Good, U, U. All right, write it and say the sounds while you write it. All right, class, what phonogram did you just write? Good, U, U. All right, that one starts at the dotted line because it's a short line letter. U, U. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. All right, let's do a couple more nonsense words. The first word is penned. Penned. All right, what sounds do you hear in the word penned? All right, so hopefully you said p, n, d. All right, one more time. What are you going to write to spell penned? Good, write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, before I start writing, I'm going to skip a space because we always leave a space before and after a word. All right, class, what is the first sound or put your finger under the first phonogram in penned? What is it? Good, it's p. And where does our p start? Good, at the dotted line. Remember, we go down to the baseline, we go below the baseline, retrace back up, and then we go around our clock. So what's next? Good, eh. What's next? Good, n. That starts at the dotted line as well. And what's next? Good, d. All right, where does d start? Good, over a space just below the dotted line, touch 2 on the clock. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. Now let's say our sounds and put them together. All right, so we would have said p, e, n, d, penned. All right, the next word is gosp. Gosp. It's kind of funny. What sounds do you hear in the word gosp? Good, all right, so you would have said g, a, s, p. All right, one more time. What are you going to write to spell gosp? Good. G, a, s, p. All right, write those sounds and say the sounds while you write them. Remember to leave a clock space. All right, class. So I'm going to go over a clock space. Put your finger under the first phonogram in gosp. Right, and tell me what I need to write to spell it. Good, g, which is a clock letter. What's next? Good, a. Good, s. And what's next? Good, p. Remember that one starts at the dotted line. We go down and then back up. All right, let's say the sounds we wrote and then put them together. Excellent. It's g, a, s, p, gosp. All right. We have time to do one more. Great job. All right. I will pause this for a second to think of another one. All right. It's funny because there's some letters that we don't really put together because it's hard to say them together. So I thought instead of doing a nonsense word, I thought of a real English word that we can spell next. The word is blunt. What's the word? Good, blunt. Now blunt means not sharp, right? So you could say if you forgot to sharpen your pencil that the end of my pencil is blunt. Okay, what's the word one more time? Good, blunt. What sounds do you hear in the word blunt? Good, it's b, u, a, n, t. All right, one more time. What is it? Good, b, u, a, n, t. Write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, when you're finished, if you're not finished, pause the video, right, and finish your word, then you can start it again. Class, what do I need to write to spell blunt? Good, make sure we're starting that in the correct spot. Good. Excellent. So I forgot to say while I was writing it. It's b, u, a, n, t. And I hope you were watching my starting spots. I know we reviewed starting spots. Those are really important for us to make our letters correctly. All right. So if yours doesn't look like mine, make it look like mine. And let's go ahead and say our sounds and put them together. Excellent. So it's b, u, a, n, t, blunt. All right. This is the first 5-letter word that we've spelled together. So nice job. We're growing our skills. We're able to hold more of that information in our brain. So fantastic job. And go take a break, come back, watch the next video, and we'll practice some more.